was really an important curve. That's not to say the trade was a mistake.
For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
Sanders dishes to Thomas. And Aflalo kicks to Sanders. Sends it back. Here's Carter Williams. Here's Parker. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Parker's got his first points of the game. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Milwaukee.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass for second chance points.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
First free throw is good. Gary Neal's checked in for Anthony. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Plumlee's checked in. That misses, so he puts Parker, drives in. Double team on Parker. Carter will. Sanders, high post, unloads from 13. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number one of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
The Bucks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just one or two guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled. .107 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Parker. Cannot hit. Excellent D there from Aflalo. Knicks trail by 14. Sanders with the ball. To the inside. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
And a chance here to check out how the Bucks ranked in the NBA last season. Second in second chance points. Sixth in rebounding. And they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Pretty impressive.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second chance buckets.
Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Now here's Carter Williams. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
And equally as impressive, the playmaking. Just sensational. The way he was seeing the court and making the game easy for his teammates.
The three from Aflalo. There's the bucket. Good. Aflalo's got himself on the board with 3 there. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Milwaukee on top. They lead by 13. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team. You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys.
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
We've got Green, Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then it's Anthony, and it's Galloway in at the point. There, the group New York will start the second leg. And it's Green, missing.
Not good shot selection. Long range.
Checked in for Porzingis. Flalo comes in for Green, and Sanders subbed in for Langston Galloway. And then for Milwaukee, Plumlee, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Parker comes in for Greg Monroe. And Middleton subbed in for Carter Williams. Lopez passes to Sanders. Clock at 4. The high post shot. Milwaukee with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
And it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So we can't forget about that part of it either.
And he can tell how last season. Put up about 14 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
That's good.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
33.
It's Mayo on the wing. From downtown, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And that's 13 points for O.J. Mayo. Knicks trail by 12. There's 1:26 left here in the second. That's good. And that's now 6 points for Freak.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
And Middleton kicks to Mayo. Feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Lets it fly. Knicks with the rebound.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Mayo drives in. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Sanders against Mayo. He tries for 3. Sanders' shot is off.
Solid rebound there, and with the score effort.
Sanders dishes to Sanders. Sanders passes to Sanders. Top of the key. The shot is off. So we've reached the end of the first half of play.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City Days.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
How about O.J. Mayo in this one? He has 15 points, and he's drained 3 three-point bombs so far.
Don't stop.
So there's a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. A big group substitution here for Milwaukee. John Henson's checked in for Biyombo. Miles Plumlee comes in for Monroe. Jabari Parker's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And Middleton subbed in for O.J. Mayo. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. Jabari Parker is out there with Plumlee, and it's Henson in at the center. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Carter Williams kicks to Plumlee. Henson, a screen on Sanders. Carter Williams with the bucket.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Knicks trail by 10. And here's Sanders. 6 points for him. New York, no good that time either.
Some of the shots he's taken have been real head scratchers. I mean, come on, he's out there playing like it's a game of horse at the park.
He had a nice open look right there. That's 7 points for Chris Middleton. The Knicks have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Sanders dishes to Neal. Here is Sanders. Pass to Thomas. Back to Sanders. Shot clock at 6. And a follow kicks to Neal. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back and doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
And New York making a change here. Galloway's checked in. 124. Sanders checked in for the Knicks. And then for Milwaukee. Biyombo is checked in for Miles Plumlee. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for John Henson. And it's Mayo in for Jabari Parker. Sanders in at point guard. Lance Thomas out there with a Flalo. Then it's Gary Neal. And it's Sanders in at the 5.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Does he ever?
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. They get it again.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot off.
Now Carter Williams. And so they foul intentionally.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over, and they're the only ones who don't realize that.
Carter Williams hits them both. Sanders. No good. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
We got to forget about that one.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. He had a tremendous first half, and that clearly inspired the whole team after halftime. Gave him a big lift.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
I love the contribution he gave with his long-range shooting tonight. He was on fire. That turned out to be the big key for them. If someone drove the lane and the defense collapsed, they would always kick it to him.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.